What concessions has Theresa May made then? Do we know exactly what she said to the pro-EU side, or has it just been about, trust me, I'll find some legal words that you'll be happy with?
A little bit of the last thing that you said, Anna. I mean, it seemed that at 3:45, on the cusp of a vote, and it really looked like the pro-Remainers were going to hold the fort and say, listen, we want a meaningful say. We want Parliament to be guiding this process. And what she essentially said was, look, trust me, I'm going to make it right. I'm going to agree on like A and B, and I'm going to get back to you. Now, it all gets very, very in the weeds about different clauses and this and that. I think the overarching point that's happening is it's just getting very, very hard for Theresa May to manage both sides of her party. The idea that she's conceded to the pro-EU side held for about all of 2 minutes because everyone was briefing against everyone else. You had the government saying, no, we've made no concessions. You had the Brexiteers saying, nope, we're fine with everything. Theresa May told us she hasn't given anything away. Then you had the pro-Remainers suddenly getting very irate and saying, Theresa May looked me in the eye and said that she was going to make this right. And so what it's looking like right now is that essentially May has until Friday to come up with this perfect compromise. And if not, the pro-Remainers, if they feel betrayed, they're really going to go after her. So both sides now are getting very, very angry.
So what about the pro-Brexit Tories? I mean, she's made promises to them. They're putting their trust in her. What does this mean for them? What it means is that
at this point, most of them, apart from Ken Clarke, have sort of accepted that Brexit's going to happen. But they want a sensible Brexit. They want something smooth, and they want Parliament to be guiding the process. They want to give Parliament a meaningful say. The Brexiteers, they think that is just giving away Brexit. The direction of travel seems that May really doesn't have much control of this process. She's been losing control over it progressively. So probably at some point towards the end of the line, it's going to be that Parliament will have a say. If Theresa May, and the talks in Brussels have been an impasse, cannot at some point sort of get things going again, by November, Parliament will be saying, okay, this is where we're going to be going. They're going to essentially be taking back the control. And that is where things get very tricky. Yes, go on.
Yeah, Flavia, so we're still facing the same questions, aren't we, about how clean the break should be and who exactly in the UK system should be deciding on that break. But none of that involves Brussels. So what does this mean for the negotiations with Brussels?
I think what it means is that people in Brussels are looking and saying, carry on Commons. They're scratching their heads and saying, what's going on? And I think most people would be forgiven thinking the same, because it no longer seems like this is about Brexit or about what we're going to be doing. It's about a prime minister who is living day by day there's no week that goes by where there isn't some kind of crisis. So it's all sort of very confusing, and I think Brexit to a certain extent has been sort of pushed aside while we're sort of looking at a sort of rather farcical sort of parliamentary debate and war where basically this party is tearing itself apart.